If you've ever wanted to revamp an old character or just make sure your designs stand out, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to take you through my entire process for reimagining Voltage, one of my oldest characters from my comic book universe, and I'll dive into how I'm breathing new life into his design. So the first step is to build the world. Every character exists in a world, and that world influences their design. Your character's story, setting, and environment, they all play a role. Voltage exists in a little chunk of my world where science and technology are deeply woven into his life. He's a young prodigy, and his suit reflects that. High-tech, lightweight, built for speed and function. And the hyperfield is a dimension of raw energy, and it plays a huge role because it's where he draws his power from. The blues and the pinks in his suit connect to that energy source and to his emotional state. Blue represents grief and intelligence, while the pink lenses add contrast, symbolizing his curiosity and his potential. So the first thing we do after we establish the world is you're going to start gathering reference. I typically use Pinterest, and then I'll take those images and I'll put them into PureRef so I can have them all in front of me on my second monitor and I can just look at them as I'm drawing. So I look at a mix of things. As you can see here, energy patterns and electricity. I want to get the feel for his powers. I want to see how I can draw these powers and how they can potentially look in promotional art. I'm also looking at techwear and fabric textures. So you can see I got some jogging pants, some runners, and to see how that fabric looks. His suit needs to look functional above all else. I also looked for teen fashion and a nerdy aesthetic. So Dennis, his alter ego, isn't stylish. He's a genius, but kind of a dork. And I wanted to show that in subtle ways. So we have a reference board for nerds, and we also have one for Dennis Cooper showing kind of the main actors that I have cast for the role, which are Andrew Garfield or Jay Baruchel. Now, obviously, Spider-Man's lenses are a huge influence on the design above anything else. I wanted that animated look. Voltage is a very funny character. He draws a lot of humor through his grief. So these lenses I wanted them to be kind of expressive, as Spider-Man has become known for. Every character that you know that's iconic, especially in animation, you can probably tell who they are just by putting a black outline in them and covering them in black. Good examples are Bart Simpson, Peter Griffin, Stewie, Bugs Bunny. These characters are designed with a purpose and they have these distinct features, and it's a huge aspect of character design. So if your character is instantly recognizable just by their shape, you're doing it right. Now, Voltage's silhouette needed to communicate a few things. For one, speed and energy. So I kept his design sleek and streamlined, and I have here a few different body shapes, like 3 of them, and you'll see in the next slide that I wind up picking one of the body shapes to be my final design. Number 2, youthfulness. His proportions and posture are more slouched and relaxed when he's Dennis, but they're sharper and more upright in the suit. Dennis is dealing with a tragedy in this story. He's very reserved and angry, and so you're going to see him with hoods on, you're going to see him slouched over, you're going to see him looking sad. But in the suit, I like to think is where he gets a lot of his confidence, where he can be himself throughout this story. So another thing is tech influence. His suit has a futuristic edge, but it's not bulky. I didn't want to add a bunch of clunky, tech stuff, overcomplicate it. I wanted this suit to be so simple and so, easy to draw for one, and easy to just recognize. So I wanted to keep things simple and effective. He needs to be fast above all else. So a good trick is to kind of block out your character in black and white, get that design, get that body shape right, and then add like 1 or 2 of the most important elements of their design in white. So for me, it was the eyes and the lightning bolt on his chest. And those are the most important things. You're not overcomplicating your design. You're not adding all the other stuff that will be added later. You're just focused on the most important stuff. When we go to the next slide, so what I did here was I added 5 of my favorite poses. So a few of these have the lightning bolt that I like. I picked 2 lightning bolts. 3 of these eyes I really liked. So in the right side, I melded those eyes together with the symbols I liked and with the body shape I liked. And I did the same thing for the ears. There's 2 ears that I really like. These are all just one body shape because I only liked really the one, which had really slim arms, big hands, slim legs. I like that a lot because it shows a lot of youthfulness. So I did that. I added all these together, and you kind of get like variations of my favorite parts of each design. Then I picked my favorite one, and I sort of refined the lines a little bit, made it look a bit nicer. I enlarged it. And then I also sort of did a silhouette for Dennis's head. I did lightning bolts. I tried to figure out which symbol I liked the best. And you can see with the Voltage logo I made in Illustrator, I already kind of had the logo picked out, but I actually picked my 3 favorites. And the middle one, the second one there, is actually my favorite one, and it's the one I'll use in the designs going forward. So what I'll have to do is just kind of rework this Voltage logo here, which I'll do later. Maybe I'll make a video about it as well. All right, next up is showing the personality. So this is where I wanted to get into the eyes, get the emotions. So personality should be built into the design itself. It's not just about facial expressions. Everything from posture to the way they carry themselves tells a story. Voltage is awkward, grieving, and unsure of himself. So his posture when he's Dennis is more slouched. Hoodie up, hands in the pockets, but his Voltage, he straightens up, he's more confident, even if he's still figuring things out. Next up, we're going to play with color. I mean, color is more than just making things look cool. It carries emotion and meaning, and I had that in mind when I picked these colors. So the blue, it shows intelligence, and it shows grief. Its connection to science, but also the loss of his mother. Pink is contrast and energy. The lenses stand out against the blue, making his face expressive, even in the mask. And the dark grays and the dark blues and the black, grounding. It keeps the suit feeling practical and functional. So by choosing colors intentionally, you're making sure your character feels alive before they even speak. All right, next up, we want to focus on function first. Good design isn't just about looking cool, it has to make sense. And so what we did here was we finally took those silhouettes and we added some line work to them. And we figured out how Dennis could look and how Voltage can look. And there's different ideas here. So 3 for Voltage, 3 for Dennis. So the suit is lightweight, so he moves fast. The tech elements, they're woven in rather than just slapped on top. You can't really tell there is tech on the suit, but there is. In the eyes and in the lightning bolt, there's tech integrated into the fabrics of the suit. There's tech in the ears, but you can't tell. That's the kind of tech that I like. I don't like, mech suit type of stuff. Not for this character anyways. And the lenses are expressive, inspired by Spider-Man, but also useful for data readouts and communication. His suit is a little oversized on purpose because he's still growing into it, just like he's growing into his role as a hero. So you want to think about how your character lives in their world, and if they have powers, does their design help or hinder them? If they're a fighter, do their clothes allow for movement? Always ask, why would they wear this? And this is really where your reference board comes in handy, because you can look at what different athletes and people who run and jog, what they wear, and that was kind of influential on my designs here. So we went from line work, and then I added some grays in, and the next step was adding flat colors. And this was really easy, by the way, with my color palette. I just kind of dropped in the colors, and it was really easy to mix and match, figure out what I liked the best. But finally, I add the shadows and the highlights and make everything pop. So normally I would go deeper into the suit. I would probably add a bit more texture, some wear and tear into the suit, see what a battle damaged suit would look like, add some tech seams, even tiny things like the way the fabric folds can make a design feel real. And what I want to do with this design with you guys is take this into 3D and see how we can apply this more effectively. The last thing is you want to bring it all together into this poster that I did. Fully rendered, you got camera raw on, you have color, you have everything you need. And this is also the villain called Legion. He's kind of like a demon type character that feeds on the energy of the hyperfield, and he lives in it. It's actually a creation by Voltage in a way. So Voltage's design has been years in the making. I started this comic company 10 years ago, and I've been working on this story, working on the characters. It's a massive story. Over 60 characters I have roughly designed already. A lot of them are waiting for me to take them to this step that I just showed you guys. Voltage is still evolving, and your characters should evolve too. You shouldn't just be stuck on one design. You should want to evolve them. Even in the story, this isn't going to be Voltage's only suit in the whole story. It's going to evolve. It's going to change. That's what really makes things exciting for me. That's what makes this process exciting, because I don't have to marry one idea. I can evolve it. So if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments below, and let me know what character you'd love to redesign, or what character you'd love to see me redesign. And if you want more videos on character design, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and happy creating. Hey, real quick before you go, if you're an artist looking to level up your drawing process, I've got something for you. I put together the Penciler Pack, a free set of custom brushes designed to make sketching and inking feel smooth, natural, and effortless. This pack drops on April 22nd, and it's completely free. Just hit the link in the description, sign up to our newsletter, and you'll get early access to the brush pack, as well as a cool little freebie that I've thrown in. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, this pack is built to help you create cleaner, more confident lines. So grab it now and start sketching.